We are currently in the midst of this Bitcoin XRP bull cycle, and at this point we have not yet witnessed the genuinely remarkable price action that we witnessed the last time around in 2021. You guys have been some of the most patient people I've ever encountered. But I have some absolutely insane news to share with all of you guys in the video that we have for you today, and we have a lot of material that is guaranteed to shock you. The Bitcoin US-dollar index is going to be the topic of discussion at this exact moment. As a result of the stochastic RSI cross, as well as the present rejections and resistances that we are witnessing at this very now, it is obvious that something completely ludicrous is just around the corner. For all of you who are currently watching this video, I need you to quickly hit the like and subscribe buttons so that everyone can see this. And let's get down to business. Therefore, the very first thing that we need to discuss in this context is the fact that Bitcoin has been contained within a range for a considerable amount of time. You can see that Bitcoin has been in the range that it is currently in, that it just broke below for the first time in recent history over the course of the last several months, all the way from February, all the way to where it is today. This is something that you can see if you look at the screen right here. Every single time we have not experienced a significant amount of good price momentum. Because whenever we get close to this resistance level right here at approximately $68,000 or just a little bit over it, sometimes even going as high as $71,000, we very rapidly come sliding right back down again. But you can see that again and time again if you look at the charts. More recently, we reached the $68,000 level, and then just a little bit after that, maybe just a month and a half or so later, we saw Bitcoin sink as low as $48,000 before swiftly recovering and coming back to $65,000 more recently. This is something that you can see time and time again. In reality, however, we have reached these similar positions on countless occasions. At this very moment, the price of Bitcoin reached a new high of $71,000, and then over the course of the subsequent couple of months, there was a significant amount of volatile price activity. And once again over here, we reached our all-time high of $73,000 for Bitcoin, and then what occurred immediately after that? Over the course of the past 7 months, Bitcoin has fluctuated between a low of $1,000 and a high of $61,000, and it has remained within this range for the whole time period. We are officially breaking below this range for the very first time ever right here, which is just astounding since, well, this is where we were in February, right? Here we are currently. And here we are in the midst of a bull market where we have been heading back into negative territory, which is something that a lot of people did not anticipate happening. On the other hand, I feel obligated to demonstrate something to you all because this is not the first time that something like this has occurred with Bitcoin. When we take a look at Bitcoin over the course of the past 5 years, we see a really intriguing trend that has been developing, isn't it? This is something that is definitely going to happen. What takes place? As of right now, we are witnessing the beginning of a bull cycle similar to what we've seen in the year 2020 when Bitcoin was trading at $10,000 and then all of a sudden just a few months later in the year 2021. Is it true that we are at our highest point ever? From this point on, we move all the way up to a total of $63,000. After then, there is a significant decline in the price of Bitcoin, which can reach as low as $30,000. At this point in time, everyone believes that the bull run has come to an end. Nevertheless, what occurs immediately after that? We reached even another all-time high just a few months after that, which is rather remarkable. And if you take a look at the charts, well, let's just say that they are beginning to seem very similar to what we have seen in the past, right? And this is the reason why I believe that it is a mistake not to buy Bitcoin or XRP due to each and every one of these dips that you are currently experiencing. It is a mistake not to acquire either of these cryptocurrencies. Because yes, it is very feasible that we will experience a significant correction, and it is even possible that we will go down by 50% of where we were when we reached our all-time high. This would leave us at somewhere around $36,000 per coin, which is comparable to what we came across in this area during the year 2021. In spite of this, it is clear that there is always a second leg up in each and every one of these bull markets. The only difference this time around is that it is taking a little bit longer for us to see the steep correction. This is due to the fact that in 2021, during the month of April, when we had our previous all-time high, it took a few months back here, and it wasn't until only 3 months later that we saw the adjustment to the $30,000. On the other hand, it is taking a great deal more time this time around. Up to this point, we have reached $71,000, and if we fast forward to the present day, we have reached $53,336. To what extent is that a number of months later? Now, as we were discussing before, it is approximately 7 months after the event in question. Therefore, in order for us to have a complete understanding of the direction in which the cryptocurrency market is moving, we need to have a look at the areas in which there is a significant amount of resistance and where there is a significant number of rejection, right? Mostly due to the fact that we have been in this same rejection resistance line for 7 months, as I was stating earlier, and we are now officially beginning to wobble below it. And if we take a look at the stochastic relative strength index, what it is telling us is that you should sell your house right away. Cryptocurrency, specifically Bitcoin at this very moment, because it is about to have a second leg up on the competition. On the other hand, another incredibly significant piece of information is that we are also very close to the altcoin cycle. In addition, I would like to demonstrate this to you all because this is the location where all of the price activity for XRP occurs, and this is the location where millionaires are surely going to be produced. In order to provide a real-time illustration of my idea, all we need to do is take a quick glance at Bitcoin. At what precise moment did we achieve our second leg up and reach our all-time high for the second time here? The 11th month of 2021 was when that occurred. Go ahead and have a look at Solana to determine the exact moment when it reached its all-time high. Since Solana was right here on the charts when Bitcoin reached its first all-time high, it was a perfect time for the cryptocurrency to reach that milestone. You can see that we are not even close to Solana's all-time high right here on the charts, as you can see from the charts itself. On the other hand, if we go back to the 11th month of 2021, when Bitcoin reached its second all-time high, that is the period when all of the other cryptocurrencies actually, for the very first time in history, reached these truly insane numbers. Not to mention that this encompasses XRP, BNB, and Cardano, which is pretty much all of them, you agree. Bitcoin has gotten its first foothold, which is fantastic yet. What are these whales doing with their money? These huge institutions are selling their Bitcoin holdings currently. The price of Bitcoin drops to these insanely low levels of $30,000, which is 50% lower than where it was just 3 months ago. After that, what do we see in the immediate aftermath? As a result of these institutions being at the bottom, Bitcoin is once again shown, so rising. To put it simply, it reaches a new all-time high and goes absolutely to the moon. When this happens, however, these institutions, with all of the money that they have made, go and acquire these other cryptocurrencies. They invest billions of dollars in these projects by purchasing XRPs, by BNBs and Cardanos, and then investing those funds in the projects. The identical thing is going to take place once more in this location, gentlemen. I mean, just take a look at what's going on with these alternative cryptocurrencies. In recent times, they have also been seeing a significant amount of negative price activity. Just a short while ago, the price of a single coin of Solana was very close to being $210, if you will. However, at this very moment, it is set at $124. Compared to where it was, it has dropped by over half. Very long after that, you will observe that the same kind of correction took place in the year 2021. You do realize that you need to zoom out a little bit, which is the reason why it is a little bit different, right? Therefore, Solana was at $56 in 2021 when Bitcoin was reaching its all-time high price. This was the point at which she was. What happens, however, when Bitcoin's value drops to zero? Solana suffers a loss of roughly 50% of its value once more. After that, it drops to $27. The same thing happened with XRP as well. But then, of course, when Bitcoin begins to regain its liquidity, boom, XRP launches itself into the highest possible stratosphere. And if you look right here, for when it goes from $39 on the 8th month to $258 on the 11th month of the year, we are talking about a period of time that spans 90 days during which it increases in value by a factor of 10. Do you agree that this is something that I do not want any of you to overlook? Due to the fact that we are unquestionably very close to that period of time for alternative cryptocurrencies at the moment, when we are going to have a period of approximately 90 days during which, yes, we are going to have a correction and we are going to see a stabilization in pricing. On the one hand, it will appear as though everything has come to an end, and on the other hand, just when you believe that we are currently in a bear market, bam, we are going to have the most bullish market conditions that we have ever witnessed. This is something that has happened to us a great number of times. In fact, it has happened to us every single 4 years with Bitcoin. Furthermore, many analysts are predicting that Bitcoin will easily reach a price of more than $100,000 per coin within this time period. In addition, if this is the case and Bitcoin reaches that level of market capitalization, which is equivalent to trillions of dollars in value, you can be sure that XRP, Solana, and all of these other coins will be eliminated. Much more parabolic than Bitcoin did at the time. And this is precisely why I am buying on each and every one of the dips that we are experiencing right now. And I am buying with leverage because of this. Now, I will add that if you are trading with leverage and you are going with a leverage of 10 times, it is a little bit more on the riskier side. You know, if you want to trade with a little bit less risk, you should just use lower leverage, right? If you guys want to trade with me, you could trade with me on Margix by clicking on the link down below. By doing so, you will be able to join up and receive amazing discounts. But before you do that, check out this OK, the daily, just so you know, back in the month of June or July. It was the last time that we witnessed something like that taking place. The last time that something similar to this occurred was a month ago, and it has been a month since then. As a matter of fact, that was directly before to Bitcoin obtaining some sizable green candles. Additionally, as you can see right here, there is yet another instance in which the blue line appeared to be a perfect cross rising above the orange line. We have just reached a low point for Bitcoin, which is 48,000, and then we have a gigantic green candle right here at $62,000. This is just a few days later, guys. When we talk about the month of August, we are referring to the 5th through the 8th. The price of Bitcoin goes from $48,000 at its lowest point to $62,000 at its highest point. After 3 days, we are done. Okay, but this is different because the candle that is aligning